welcome to Art 2427. I'm Andrew, and I'd like to present this painting to you, which is called In My Father's House. It's inspired by a verse of the New Testament in John's Gospel, chapter 14 verse 2, which is, as my current practice, I'll read for you. And it goes like this: In my Father's house are many rooms. If it were not so, would I have told you that I go to prepare a place for you? Now, the context of this is Jesus is going through a kind of long series of teachings with his disciples in a kind of farewell and a preparation for them to understand that he's about to go to Jerusalem to suffer at the hands of the religious leaders there who hated him and wanted to kill him, be handed over to the Gentiles, the Roman governor, and be flogged, crucified, to die and be buried, and rise again from the dead on the third day. So this is all part of this. It's after Jesus has washed the disciples' feet and he's told them at the Last Supper that one of them is going to betray him, etc. And so the first verse of chapter 14 says this: "Let not your hearts be troubled." See, they were starting to get a bit disturbed about all of this line of teaching and line of revelation that Jesus was giving them. And he says this: "Let not your hearts be troubled. Believe in God. Believe also in me. In my Father's house are many rooms. If it were not so, would I have told you that I go to prepare a place for you?" Now, so this obviously, like what we do in Art 2427 abstract work, this is a representation of in my Father's house, many rooms. So in my Father's house, the blue is kind of a representation of heaven, the kingdom of heaven, and the Father's house, heaven, where God lives. And isn't it amazing how Jesus is so generous, saying that he's going there to prepare a place for us? He says it to the disciples, obviously, but it applies to us as well, who are his current day disciples. So you have this overall background picture of blue. It's not a uniform blue, because obviously God is not bland and just stuck with one kind of thing. God is infinity is one of the attributes of God, so therefore you've got all different hues and shades of blue. But in the house, in the Father's house, there are all these different rooms represented by these lines, and some of these lines are connected by these very faint other lines here. But the rooms aren't all the same. Different sizes and different colours, different shapes, according to people's reward. Now, we're not talking about salvation here, we're talking about reward. If you're a good servant, a good disciple, you'll be rewarded well. If you're a disciple but disobedient, unfruitful, not obeying his commands and not doing what he requires of you, then your reward will be little. There's ample teaching about that in the scriptures, especially in the Apostle Paul's letters. So therefore there are differing sizes of rooms that we will enjoy for eternity. So if you're very sluggish in obeying the Lord, or you're not obeying him at all in the work that he's clearly told you to do and the gifting that he's given you to do, because everybody has a gift to accomplish the works. If you're a very poor disciple, then you can expect a very poor room. Now that will be your lot for eternity. Okay? Small, meagre, yes, in eternity, yes, wonderful, but wouldn't you rather obey the Lord in fullness, in great submission and humility, using the gifts that He's given you, with the persecutions, with all the cost, carrying your cross daily, and gaining one of these wonderful rooms? There's just the difference between the two, isn't there? In size and glory. So that's available for everybody. So that's what this painting is to depict. Jesus generously goes there to heaven via that awful experience that He had of crucifixion, death, burial. He's gone into heaven to prepare for us this wonderful set of rooms in the Father's house, and we'll live with the Father in our rooms however they are. Remember, this is abstract. We don't actually know what that looks like. We don't actually, the Bible doesn't actually tell us clearly what that is and how that looks. So hence that's a kind of abstract itself, but this just tries to capture that abstract nature of these rooms. In my Father's house there are many rooms. Some of the older translations of the Bible use the word mansions. In my Father's house there are many mansions. Well, mansions on earth come in different sizes and splendour. So this also captures and illustrates that word. There's a small mansion there, but there's a bigger mansion here. And a bigger mansion here, but there's a tiny mansion there. So that's what this painting is all about. In my Father's house, that's the title of it. If you want to buy this, it's available for purchase. Very low cost. Like all of our work, we want to keep our costs really low so that the work is accessible to anyone. And if you want to buy that, just visit our website or send us an email on art2427sales@gmail.com, and we can deal with that there. So hope you enjoyed that and got some spiritual insight from it. So until next time, thanks for watching.